Beloved child of light, this is the message of Archangel Michael, delivered not from the confines of earthly time but from the eternal now, a sacred moment in which divine truth meets human consciousness in a profound unveiling. I come to you today not with distant whispers but with a voice of clarity and urgency, resounding from the Most High. This is a time unlike any other, a time of revelation and protection, a time when that which has long been hidden shall come to light, and that which has caused pain shall be redeemed in divine justice. My presence surrounds you now, not as an observer but as an advocate, not as a bystander but as a warrior of light appointed to lead you through the shadows into truth. You have been called Dear One, not by accident or coincidence, but because your soul has chosen to awaken at this pivotal hour in the spiritual unfolding of humankind. In this sacred season, heaven speaks, and the veil is torn, not by force, but by truth itself, cutting through deception like a sword of luminous fire. Truth is not your enemy, it is your liberator. Though it may at first feel like exposure or judgment, know this: truth is the balm that heals the wound confusion could only conceal. Your fears, your doubts, your long nights of questioning have not gone unheard. The Most High has seen your inner torment, your confusion, your desperate search for clarity and purpose. But now the time of wandering is over. What was once obscured shall now be illuminated. The lies that clouded your mind, the betrayals that pierced your heart, and the injustice that seemed to go unanswered are being addressed by divine authority. No longer shall you walk burdened by the secrets of others or the silence that injustice forced upon you. Every veil of deception is being lifted, not for shame, but for healing. For as light reveals, so it heals. And so it is that the divine sword of truth cuts not to wound, but to free you. Know this, child of light: heaven is not blind, and the weight of your suffering has not gone unnoticed. Even now, the spiritual forces that opposed you, the energies of confusion, harm, and manipulation, are being dismantled by the authority of heaven. Your spiritual enemies may have thought you were alone, vulnerable, or defeated, but they did not count on the unshakable covenant between you and the divine. This is not merely your battle. The Most High fights for you, and I, Michael, stand before you and behind you, beside you and above you. You are surrounded, encircled, protected. Divine justice is not delayed, it is precise. And now the scales begin to tip. Your clarity is returning. The spiritual fog is lifting. What was once a confusing maze is becoming a path marked by divine signs and insights. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. You are not being abandoned, you are being awakened. In the places where you were mocked, dismissed, or silenced, your voice shall now carry power. In the spaces where your purity and gentleness were mistaken for weakness, your true spiritual armor will be revealed. For your heart has not failed you, it has only grown stronger through the fire. And that fire is now your consecration. The Most High has appointed this hour as one of divine intervention and undeniable presence. You may have questioned if your prayers were heard, if your cries reached the heavens, if the tears that no one saw meant anything at all. I assure you, not one has been lost. Every whisper of your heart, every plea, every word spoken in faith or in brokenness has ascended as incense to the throne of God. And now the response is descending. Heaven is moving. The eternal is interrupting the temporal. The divine is invading the ordinary. This is your time to awaken, to remember who you are, and to reclaim what has been stolen. Yet this is not a call to battle as the world understands it. This is a spiritual summons to stand firm in the light. You are not being called to retaliate in anger, but to remain rooted in divine justice and peace. The enemy seeks to draw you into confusion, but I speak over you now, clarity shall reign. The accusations against you shall fall. The slander shall be overturned. The judgments spoken over you by men shall be corrected by the justice of heaven. You are not who they said you were. You are who God says you are, chosen, protected, and destined. And as this revelation unfolds, know also that you are being invited into a new level of peace and divine assurance. The confusion and fear that once weighed on your heart are being lifted, not merely by time, but by the intervention of the angelic host. Peace is your inheritance, not anxiety. Assurance is your portion, not dread. This message is a lifeline extended from heaven to your heart. Take hold of it. For in this season, the unfolding of the divine plan will not only restore what was lost but will offer you new gifts you never dared to ask for. These are not small comforts, but heavenly treasures of joy, vision, and clarity. You are called now to hope again, to believe again, and to dream again. Do not let the wounds of yesterday close your heart to the blessings of today. What felt like endings are now revealed to be divine redirections. You are stepping into alignment with your soul's higher path. And as the confusion lifts, you will see it clearly. Every delay, every tear, every trial was not in vain. It was forming you, preparing you, refining you for such a time as this. And now, dear one, I bid you stand, not in your own strength, but in the strength of the one who called you. I, Michael, stand with you as a witness to your perseverance and a guardian of your purpose. Let your heart be light, for heaven is near. Now that the heavens have declared truth over you, let that truth penetrate every part of your being. This is no longer a time to hide in the shadows of fear or carry the burdens of other people's false narratives. You are not what was spoken about you in ignorance or cruelty. You are what was spoken over you in love by the Creator before time began. The truth is your inheritance, and the sword of that truth does not fall lightly. It falls with purpose, to liberate, to sever you from deception, and to align you with divine order. The chains of lies, betrayal, spiritual blindness, and distortion are breaking. Hidden things are being revealed not to shame, but to redeem. I, Michael, assure you, heaven is not passive. Heaven is intentional, deliberate, and precise. As the divine light of justice pours forth, it illuminates not only the wrongs committed against you, but also the strength and faith you've carried in silence. You have not suffered in vain. Every injustice is recorded. Every act of deceit, every manipulation cloaked in falsehood, is being addressed by divine courts beyond the comprehension of the natural mind. This is not about vengeance but restoration. The enemies that once mocked your silence will now tremble at your vindication, not because of your own strength, but because the Holy One fights for you. In this holy intervention, you will begin to see the unfolding of justice not only externally but internally. The confusion and emotional heaviness that once tormented you are being lifted by angelic presence even now. Feel it, the weightlessness of divine peace beginning to settle on your spirit like a mantle of light. This peace is not weak or passive, it is fierce and holy. It will guard your heart and mind like a fortress. And this peace, born not of circumstance but of the Spirit, shall remain with you as a sign that you are no longer operating in survival mode but walking in divine assurance. The fear of uncertainty, the anxiety of what if, the torment of overthinking, these are being dismantled even as I speak. Let them go. For the divine plan is not merely unfolding around you. It is unfolding through you. What seemed like spiritual warfare was, in fact, divine positioning. What appeared to be rejection was divine protection. You are being lifted now, not just in spirit but in understanding, into higher realms of perception. The time of second-guessing your worth is over. Heaven calls you worthy. And where heaven speaks, the enemy must fall silent. The light that now surrounds you is more than protection. It is preparation. You are being equipped, not only to stand but to advance. The next phase of your life is not a repeat of what has been. It is a new scroll being opened. And upon it is written a divine assignment that only you can fulfill. You are not here by accident. You were born for this hour. You are being entrusted with revelation and responsibility. And with this trust comes heavenly backing. The angelic host is not a symbol, it is a reality. Even now, I deploy them around you. They move to intercept attacks, to cancel assignments of darkness, and to strengthen your inner man. Receive this strengthening. It is supernatural. You will find that where once you trembled, you now stand. Where once you fell, you now rise. Where once you were unsure, now there is a still knowing in your bones. I am who God says I am. I am protected. I am guided. I am free. In the coming days, more will be revealed. Do not fear it. The revealing is not punishment. It is purification. The truth may shake others, but it will ground you. While they react in chaos, you will remain in peace. The spiritual battle you have endured has not only made you resilient, it has made you radiant. You carry a light that darkness cannot comprehend. You carry favor that cannot be manufactured. And because of this, you have been targeted. But understand this deeply. What the enemy used to try and break you has only clarified your calling. The Most High does not waste pain. And so, we enter the realm of transformation and vindication. What was closed to you before will now begin to open. Not all at once, but like dawn breaking through a long night. Doors that were previously inaccessible, relationships, opportunities, realms of influence, will begin to align with divine timing. The confusion of why was I denied will give way to clarity. I was being preserved for something greater. And greater is what is now coming. Vindication is not just about public justice. It is about spiritual restoration. You will feel yourself returning home within your own soul. You will no longer define yourself by wounds, betrayals, or injustices. Instead, your identity will be wrapped in divine purpose and surrounded by the armor of truth. You are not what you've been through. You are what heaven is doing in you. The new chapter begins here. But hear me clearly, it does not begin with vengeance, but with vision. It begins not with bitterness, but with forgiveness. For just as you are being restored, so too must you release those who have harmed you. Not to excuse their actions, but to unchain yourself from their energy. Forgiveness is the sword that severs you from cycles of pain. It is not weakness, it is warfare. When you forgive, you rise. When you release, you are released. And the blessings that follow will not be small. They will not be temporary. They will be signs of a divine covenant fulfilled in your life. The healing that comes will not be shallow, it will be deep and lasting. You will laugh again, not the laugh of denial, but the laugh of freedom. You will love again, not from fear, but from wholeness. And you will rise, not as the wounded, but as the warrior of light you were always meant to be. The world may not understand the transformation, but heaven does. You are a testimony in motion, a miracle unfolding. And I, Archangel Michael, stand as both messenger and protector of this divine unfolding. Fear not the days ahead. Heaven is closer than you think. As the winds of transformation continue to move through your life, do not resist their power, for they do not come to destroy but to refine. The shifting you feel is sacred. It is not instability, but divine reordering. The shaking is not a sign of collapse, but of false foundations giving way to what is eternal and unshakable. Where there was once confusion, there will now be clarity. Where there was pain, there will now be purpose. Your life is not merely being repaired, it is being rebuilt on higher ground, with stronger spiritual architecture and deeper roots of faith. The doors opening before you are not merely opportunities, they are assignments wrapped in grace, connections sent by heaven to align you with destiny. Do not fear new beginnings, for within them lies the promise of a life shaped not by trauma, but by truth. The promises spoken over you by God are not void. They are alive, waiting for your readiness to receive. And now, beloved one, you are ready. You are no longer that frightened soul who doubted their worth, who questioned their voice, who shrunk back to make others comfortable. You are rising, bold in spirit and clear in conscience, not because you have never fallen, but because you chose to rise again and again. That resilience is your crown, and heaven honors it. You will soon begin to witness restoration on levels you did not expect. Things long dormant will suddenly begin to flourish. What was delayed will now accelerate. You will meet people who recognize you not by your appearance, but by your spirit, because your energy carries heaven's mark. Do not be surprised when doors open that you didn't knock on. This is favor. And do not be alarmed when certain people fall away. This is pruning. Everything not rooted in truth must be removed for you to flourish fully. There is no loss in this letting go. What departs now is not your destiny. What remains is sacred. Guard your peace as you move forward. Let your yes be clear and your no be firm. Not everyone is meant to walk this path with you, and that is not cruelty, it is clarity. You are entering a season of divine focus, and with that comes divine boundaries. These boundaries are not walls to keep others out, but gates to guard the sacredness within. Your energy is precious. Your vision is rare. Your calling is weighty. And heaven is inviting you to steward these things with wisdom and grace. As you walk in this revelation, do not forget the source of your strength. Stay anchored in the presence of the Most High. Cultivate stillness. Return to prayer. Saturate your life with truth, for in this age of deception, discernment is your compass. Not all that glitters is gold, and not every voice is anointed. Listen carefully, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. You will know the truth not only by how it sounds, but by the peace it brings. The Holy Spirit will continue to lead you into all truth, gently correcting your path where needed and confirming each step with divine signs. Do not rush this process. Transformation is not a race. It is a sacred unfolding. Trust the timing of God, who knows what you need before you even ask. He sees the end from the beginning, and nothing about your journey is wasted. Not the delays, not the detours, not the disappointments. Every twist in the road was a setup for your deeper awakening. The strength you now carry was forged in private battles. The wisdom you now speak was refined through heartbreak. And the light you now emit was kindled in the deepest valleys. Nothing was for nothing. And now, as you move into this new era, carry this awareness. Your story is sacred. It is not one of defeat, but of divine redemption. Do not diminish it. Do not hide it. Your journey is a testimony, and your healing is a gift to others. You will speak and others will find their strength. You will walk in rooms and atmospheres will shift. You will create, and heaven will breathe through your work. Whether through word, art, leadership, service, or simply presence, your life will be a conduit of divine impact. But always remember, you are not the source. You are the vessel. Stay humble. Stay teachable. Stay close to the heart of God. For it is in that intimacy that clarity is sustained, that peace is renewed, and that power is multiplied. Heaven is not looking for perfection but for willingness. You need not have all the answers. You simply need to say yes. Say yes to being healed. Say yes to being seen. Say yes to being chosen. Say yes to releasing the past. Say yes to the unknown, knowing you are never alone. I, Michael, continue to stand guard over your calling. My sword is drawn not against people, but against the principalities and powers that have long opposed your breakthrough. Their grip is broken. Their influence is dismantled. You are free, not just spiritually, but emotionally, mentally, and energetically. The cords of manipulation, fear, guilt, and shame are cut. The echoes of past abuse are silenced. You no longer need to explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Your validation comes from above, not from the approval of man. Walk forward now in quiet strength. The roar of God is within you. The light of heaven is upon you. The way ahead is blessed, not because it will be without challenge, but because you will not face it alone. Angels go before you, preparing the way. Grace surrounds you like a shield, and divine love goes with you, unwavering and unshakable. And so, as the final layers are stripped away and your essence stands unveiled, you are no longer the same. You are not returning to who you were. You are arriving into who you were always meant to become. The battle has shaped you, but it has not scarred your purpose. What once tried to bury you has only made your roots deeper. What once tried to silence you has only made your voice more powerful. And now, heaven declares over you, rise. Not as the wounded, not as the forgotten, not as the misunderstood, but as the radiant, sovereign being anointed for such a time as this. The crown of clarity now rests upon your spirit. The weight you used to carry is no longer yours to bear. You have handed it over to the one who fights for you. And now, instead of burdens, you carry blueprints. Instead of sorrow, you carry strategy. You have stepped out of mere survival and into sacred stewardship. Every moment from this day forward is infused with divine purpose. There will be whispers from heaven in your thoughts, subtle nudges guiding your choices, and divine interruptions that redirect your path just in time. You will begin to notice how things work in your favor, not by coincidence, but by design. The blessings coming your way are not rewards for performance but confirmations of identity. You are not striving for favor, you are moving from it. This is the beauty of divine alignment. You don't chase what belongs to you, it finds you. Relationships that honor your soul, opportunities that elevate your calling, resources that meet your vision, all will begin to manifest not by hustle but by harmony with the will of God. Walk with wisdom. Walk with courage. Walk with discernment. The enemy will still try to distract, to discredit, to divide. But you now carry the light of revelation, and no darkness can comprehend it. You do not need to respond to every provocation, defend every decision, or explain every blessing. Let your fruit speak for you. Let your peace speak louder than your pain ever did. Let your stillness be the rebuke to the chaos around you. And most of all, let your joy be your warfare. There is no greater retaliation against the darkness than a soul fully alive, fully free, and fully surrendered to divine truth. The journey ahead will require obedience, not perfection. It will demand bold steps when comfort tries to hold you back. But with each act of faith, you will unlock more of what was written in heaven about you. Your steps are ordered, your path is blessed, and your spirit is protected. I, Michael, have been assigned not just to deliver this message, but to guard your next season. You are not walking alone. Legions of angels are positioned at your side, covering your home, your body, your family, and your vision. As you sleep, we war. As you speak truth, we amplify it. As you love others boldly, we protect that light. Do not underestimate what you carry. You are not just stepping into personal transformation, you are a key part of a collective awakening. Your healing will ripple into generations. Your courage will unlock others. Your restoration will echo through spiritual realms as a testimony of divine justice fulfilled. This is more than personal, it is prophetic. And even now, as you feel the truth of this message resound in your heart, know that it is because your soul recognizes its time. You are in alignment. You are in transition. And soon, you will be in acceleration. Heaven's pace is not always predictable, but it is always perfect. Stay alert. Stay expectant. Stay surrendered. Do not fear what you do not yet understand. Clarity will come. Revelation will unfold. Your only task is to keep your heart open, your spirit humble, and your feet moving forward in faith. The shift is not coming. The shift is here. And you, dear one, are ready. From the ashes of confusion rises the phoenix of clarity. From the ruins of betrayal comes the palace of purpose. From the silence of your tears, the roar of destiny emerges. Hear it, feel it, embrace it. You are chosen, not by chance but by cosmic design. You are not late, you are right on time. And now take a breath. Let the old fall away. Let the new rise. Let the truth settle into your bones like a holy fire. You are free. You are loved. You are seen. And above all, you are protected. This message is not the end. It is the beginning. Walk boldly into your new dawn. And as you do, remember, when you align with truth, heaven aligns with you. Let it be so. Let it begin. Now, if this message has stirred something in you, if your spirit felt the resonance of divine truth in these words, then this is just the beginning of a greater journey. At Archangel Inspire, we create sacred space for exactly this kind of awakening. Every message, every revelation, every activation is crafted with the intention to uplift, clarify, and empower souls like yours. If your heart is calling for more clarity, more divine insight, more connection with messages from the heavenly realm, then I invite you to subscribe to Archangel Inspire right now. Don't let this be a one-time encounter. Make it a divine pattern in your life. Tap into a stream of messages that meet you where you are and lift you to where you're meant to be. Click subscribe, activate the notification bell, and allow your spiritual journey to unfold with consistent guidance, protection, and revelation. This isn't just a channel. This is a calling. This is a movement. This is a family of light. And you belong here. Let your next step be one of faith and one of alignment. Subscribe to Archangel Inspire, where revelation becomes reality and protection is more than a promise. It's a presence. Until next time, stay grounded, stay protected, and stay inspired.